Johnny Yong Bosch. We've got Miss Karen Ashley. Mr. David Yost. Walter Jones. And Austin St. John.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Yay!
How you guys doing?
More phenomenal.
There we go.
That's what I like. I got a question for you guys. Anybody know what time it is?
I can't hear
it's
you.
12.
What time is it?
12:14. 12:14.
Get off your Wi-Fi.
One more time, and I want you to actually mean it. What time is it?
I thought it was lunchtime. That'll work. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, Houston? All right. Well, we're gonna be answering some questions for you guys. I'm sure you have some. We have a mic set up here on the side. So if you guys have questions, feel free to go over there and ask us what you want to know.
Your left, our right.
Go to the mic.
To the left, to the left.
Okay, Beyonce. Hey.
I actually want to become Solange when I grow up. I've switched teams.
We're gonna set up another elevator.
Elevator fiasco, Power Ranger style.
I would be Jay-Z.
David Yost is Beyonce.
Why can't I be Jay-Z?
You're Beyonce.
I'm Beyonce. All the single ladies.
So we have our first question over there, sir.
I was just wondering if you guys could morph for us.
How about we do that at the very end?
Yeah.
Deal.
All right, cool. I like it's so early.
job.
That's like, wow.
We can waste any time without. Man, do it. Yes, do it. Are we morphing right now?
And wait, what was your name?
What was your name?
Benji. Okay, so
Benji.
everybody help me remember Benji at the end of the
Benji.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, I just want to say thank you all for coming. I'm sure it means a lot to all of us for taking time to come see us. It means a lot. Also, we all know Super Mega Force is coming out and all the Rangers are coming back. Will we be seeing any of you or in the Lionsgate Power Rangers reboot?
Ha.
Will
First one, no.
Negative.
The Super Mega Force thing was shot over a year ago already, so, and we all declined just basically due to union reasons for the most part, I think.
What about the Lionsgate reboot?
You know what I'm saying? We just need to get a little R-E-S-P-E-C-T up in here. You know what I mean?
That's what sad union issues means.
Hey, but in regards to the reboot, I'm sure I speak for myself, but I think I speak for everybody. We would all love to be part of that film. I mean, like, if it's a union project, then it's on and cracking. Not everybody has that issue, but yeah, I mean, I definitely, for one, would love to be part of the legacy with the film. So.
At this point, I don't think they've even hired a director or there's a script yet, so we don't know anything. So.
We know, you guys know more than we do. You guys always know more than we do.
That's pretty much the case. I think we've all read a lot of the same rumors, and I think some of it is they're looking for a new cast, and they want to get another 25 years out of the show. You know, 20 years, not 25. I'm not that old. Probably 20 years out of the show. So newer, younger, better. I mean, I don't know about cameos. I've had a lot of questions, and man, time will tell. We'll see. We'll see, man.
I'm sure you have a huge influence, so if you want to see us there, then make it known.
And I just want to say to you guys that this is kind of a special occasion. I mean, that we're all in Houston. First for one, this is the first time that all of us have all been together at a con in Houston, and it's the first. There you go.
And this is also the first time we've had Austin St. John back in the mix, so...
Love you guys.
Back to action. We're loving it as much as you guys are.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Love you, man.
Here, can you take a picture of me, please? 'Cause
Yeah, it
doesn't
just sounded like Mark Levin about
it's not like
Questions for all of you. What is your most... What
Yeah, that's good.
doing Power Rangers you look on most fondly?
Repeat.
Repeat that one more time. A little louder.
From all the moments from when you were doing Power Rangers, what moment do you look on most fondly?
Yeah, from all the moments of Power Rangers, which one do you look on upon most fondly?
Which ones can we legally discuss?
I think there's so many moments, but I mean, I personally think the friendships I've made on this show are the most fondest memories. Because I mean, we were together 1,000,000 hours a day, you know? So it was like, we got to know each other better than we got to know some of our family, you know? So it's one of those things, jumping forward 20 years and we're all on a stage. I mean, these memories are amazing. To be friends and have this bond that I don't know that we could ever describe. You know, we're part of something that was much bigger than we ever thought it would be, and you know, that's kind of the coolest thing. So, I don't know, for me, the memories are the friendships I've made, especially with the guys that I didn't work with, but now I work with all the time, so it's beautiful, beautiful thing. I've met so many cool people.
Ditto.
I would just have to say that, I mean, you know, we do a lot of these cons, so we get some of the same questions, and I always try to, I mean, I don't have a lot of favorites, meaning that I have so many things that I appreciate, but one of the things I can definitely say that was an amazing moment from the being in the show is when we were just kind of coming up, we did this event at a children's hospital for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we went to this hospital and we were wearing our helmets, we were carrying them actually. We were walking around the hospital and there were kids in this place that hadn't smiled for months because they were in pain and cancer or burn victims and that kind of thing. And to just even look through the window of one of the rooms and have one of those kids smile was an amazing thing for me. Those moments linger in my mind. Is like, man, it's amazing that I'm able to just come and do one of the things that I love, which is acting, and create a character, and that character has so much impact that it makes somebody happy, and all it takes is for me to smile. You know, and that's amazing. I love it.
All right, so I just want to say first off that my name's Joey. I actually came over from Fort Hood, Texas, where my entire squad in my platoon loves the Power Rangers. Yeah! Hello, Fort Hood, right? And the question I really wanted to ask you is, the first time y'all ever put on the suits, what was your reactions?
I need a cup.
Karen needs Band-Aids.
I think I just said, really?
Yeah, it was awkward for me. I felt like I was in my underwear, just naked, you know, like. It was very weird, and I had to change in front of them. Like right now, I gotta do this.
I loved it.
He still wears the suit.
By the time it was all over, it wasn't awkward anymore. We put on and be like, hey. What?
Yeah, I think the best part were the big boots. You know? Slide those boots up. Yeah.
Yeah. We had some pretty legendary wardrobe malfunctions on occasion.
Sure.
I think for this scene, we're not going to be shooting from the waist up.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Crystal. First off, Johnny, awesome improvisation last night at the Aisha performance. Loved it. Question for all of you guys. Since Power Rangers have been on 20 years, how do you, going to cons and meeting fans, how do you keep a fresh perspective for all your fans to make it new for them, even though you guys have been in the business for a while?
How do we make it new for them as far as like?
No, new for you, like keep it fresh for you guys.
You know what it is? Each city is like a new adventure because I mean, honestly, it's obviously very similar because we get to meet so many fans and you guys have great stories, but it's like a new adventure for us and there's usually a different mix of who's on the road or who's in what city.
Some kind of new drama.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Yeah. And so, no, but for me, I think it's great because you get to meet me, you know. You've only known Aisha, or you've known, you know, Jason, or, you know, you've known the characters. So it's like, you know, it's kind of cool for us to interact and get to know each other, and I can be myself. So I think that's how we keep it new and fresh and exciting.
I keep it fresh by going to the Middle East for 4 years and then I come back. It's pretty fresh after that.
Pretty fresh. Fresh to death.
Growing up watching the show, your characters always imprinted on the animal Zords that you had for me, like it's in my little kid mind as I was growing up. So like Triceratops always just felt really nerdy and geeky to me. Pterodactyls were all like prissy and girly, and mastodons were great dancers. My question is, if you could go back and choose your own Zord, what would it be?
Triceratops.
I was pretty happy with the T-Rex, man.
At the time, Jurassic Park had just come out, so T-Rex was badass. So I was like, yeah, T-Rex! But there was no mastodon in the movie. But I still gotta be down with the mastodon.
He had to eat. You had to feed me. Just saying.
I love the saber-tooth tiger. I thought that was powerful for a woman, you know? We weren't like, yeah, I thought it was a powerful character, so standing next to these guys, we had to be tough.
The frog is kind of growing on me. It would be nice to be the falcon, though, right? The winged lord of the sky. So, but I'm cool with the frog.
So sometimes after a long day of work, personally, I hate it, but I end up falling asleep and I have a dream of what I did that day at work. So I have to ask, did you guys ever fall asleep while shooting and you were literally a Power Ranger for a night?
That's a question for Steve.
I've been asked to be a Power Ranger for the night, but... It's a joke, Johnny Boss. It's a joke.
I haven't. No, I haven't. I definitely had some Power Ranger dreams that I will not discuss here.
Sorry.
I was still a kid, so I was getting paid to be a superhero while I was still a kid, and like there were some nights I was like, "You going down, clown?" Is that a Tyrannosaurus in my corner? Somebody turn on the lights. And the mastodon was in the next room, so I was like, it was like Jurassic Park in our house.
Next question.
No comment, moving right along.
Hi. This one's for Austin. What was it like coming back for Zeo? And here's the second part to that. Did you kind of rib Steve Cardenas, kind of make fun of him a little bit because you were the original Red Ranger and he was the replacement, or vice versa? Did he ever joke at you for or throw some jokes at you because he replaced you?
No. Steve and I, we got along. He was pretty chill. He was pretty cool. We just kind of. I think a few times we had some private conversations, like, "Hey man, how you doing? What do you think about this? It's pretty epic what you're doing now. How does it feel carrying it all on?" And he'd be like, "Dude, you started this mess. Thanks." And that's not verbatim, but I mean, we had some conversations, that were friendly. It was pretty cool. There may have been some friendly banter there, but nothing too crazy. As far as Zio went, man, I had a blast coming back as a Gold Ranger. That was just... I wish it could have lasted a little longer. I really enjoyed having the special powers and Pyramidas.
Yeah, Pyramidas!
So, I was just awesome. I had a lot of fun doing that. It was good times. And I've been gone long enough that it was fresh.
Hi, I'm Morgan Zeitman, big fan. I just wanted to say, first off, it's been great getting to know you guys this weekend. And I have a question for Walter.
Yes.
Were you a ladies' man off the set, or was that just part of your character?
I'm a very shy person, and so
I've nicknamed him the Hunter.
That is so not true. I can't say that I was a ladies' man, but
I would.
Okay. Okay, I like girls. I like them. I like them a lot. But no, I guess I have a charming way about myself sometimes.
Thank you guys.
Hello.
Hello.
On behalf of all business young professionals in the nation, I would like to thank you for reminding us to stay in school because it's cool. So the identity of your characters was very strongly based on the color. So as you've moved on past the show, do you feel like these colors have remained intact, or would you change it?
The character you said was based on the color?
You as an actor. So would you still be the Black Ranger, or would you be a different one?
Yeah, I would definitely be the Black Ranger. There's been as far as I know, there's been no character like Zack ever in the Power Rangers, and the Black Ranger, Zack being the Black Ranger, I thought was awesome, so I was happy. Anybody else?
I was digging being the red guy. I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it.
Hello, I'm B-Boy Flash, and yeah, you remember me, Zack?
Yeah, man, what's up, dude?
I just want to know, what did it feel like to have the power protecting you?
You know what? It's cool because late at night sometimes when I'm laying in bed and I can't reach remote control, I just call Zord on Alpha and they hook it up for me.
I usually be like, hey man, I'm on the couch and I lose a remote, but for me it was a cup of coffee. Hey man, can I get some coffee?
Yeah.
And a pizza, like pepperoni. Yeah.
Yeah, Alpha hooked me up with free internet, so we're good.
First of all, don't feel bad about not being featured in Jurassic Park because there was a heavy metal band named after the Mastodon, so don't worry about that. My question to you guys is, I know, Austin, you were doing martial arts for a while before the show even started filming. What were the martial arts backgrounds for the rest of you guys?
I did not have a martial arts background. I was a gymnast, so that's what got me to roll.
Do flips, just do a couple of them.
I would, but I honestly have a really bad back injury, and this guy knows that. I could probably try to do a cartwheel for you, but that's about it. And I'll do what's your name?
Tom.
Tom? And I'll do that after we morph. At the end of the show.
Way after.
Because if I injure myself and I have to walk off stage, I don't want, I won't miss the rest of the panel.
No,
So.
let's not do that.
But I'll do it, I swear.
Cool.
It's a bucket list.
I studied Shaolin Kung Fu, and I've studied various styles since then, but that was my main style.
I wasn't a martial artist, I was a dancer. So, yeah, I learned on the set more phenomenal karate. Johnny Yong Bosch and Steve and anyone else who would teach me. And the stunt team.
I studied Ishiru karate when I was a kid, and I hadn't studied in a while, so I was a little rusty. But once we got on the set, we were working with John, our stunt coordinator, and all the different stuntmen. We had amazing stunt guys. I mean, they were like some of the best martial artists around in LA, and they had all different forms of martial arts to teach us. So we learned a whole lot of stuff. I learned a lot of things that I'm not belted in, but I learned a lot of techniques.
What about, hip-hop keto?
You created hip-hop keto.
Exactly. Hip-hop keto was made up. It was like, all right, so you're gonna be dancing while you fight. And I was like, okay. How's that work? Let's see, how does that, and I know there were honestly questions like, all right, so if they're coming at me, why do I dance? Why do I? And I remember him saying that. Yeah, I'm like, how do I do that? I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, there's putties and our life is in jeopardy, let me bust out a move real quick. But eventually it worked out, so it became like evasion, like the watch this hand, hit with the other hand. So it was like, here it goes, wow, and then catching by surprise. And I think as the seasons went on, I got more and more accustomed to it and got excited about it because Jackie Chan was doing his thing, and I was looking at that and like, oh, I can do this. And next thing you know, I was flipping over trees and jumping off of stuff. And that was one of my favorite things about doing the show was the fights and stuff. So it was fun.
Sometimes he needed inspiration, and we'd help him out by just being like, are you ready, mate? Bow, chicka, bow, bow. He'd get right into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm Jonathan.
What up, Jonathan?
My question is, I read some articles a while back saying how the show depicted a lot of violence and that a lot of the problems that you guys had were solved with violence. My question is, I didn't take from that. I learned different lessons from the show. But if you guys had somebody here saying that that was the case, that you solved a lot of your problems with violence, what message do you think the show was trying to send to kids?
Buy some toys.
I mean, I think the hugest message that was not spoken of was that there were, 5, maybe 6 friends that probably wouldn't have been friends, but Power Rangers brought them together. They were all different races, they were all different backgrounds, they all had different personalities. I thought that was amazing because that meant, you could be friends with the, there was no division in being friends with the jock or being friends with the, girl next door, or, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was a huge message. And we were fighting monsters, make-believe monsters. I mean, we would morph, so it was one of those things. I felt like kids were a lot smarter than what people thought, and we shouldn't have been in a position to be the teachers and the parents. I think if there was an issue with a kid understanding the show, then maybe the parents should watch the show with them and kind of explain it. But we tried to do that, I think, with PSAs and different things like that. And eventually we had to stop doing the civilian fights that were so fun because they just didn't want to see us out of costume doing that. The only time we would fight was in costume. So I think the show tried to be responsible and tried to, take responsibility for whatever it was we were putting out there. But yeah, I think the biggest thing was the fact that we were all friends and we all coexist. And at the end of the day, we were just fighting for good,
I also think that, man, it's a kid's show. It's an action show, you know? It's I grew up watching kung fu films, you know? It's like, yeah, there's some of that in there, but, you know, Tom and Jerry, you know, look at those guys.
Wile E. Coyote.
Popeye, you know? It's like those guys are all, he eats some spinach, you know, and he beats them up, right? So it's like, yeah, there's a ton of things out there that are like that. It's like, but there was a message in every show.
Yeah.
The show was just meant to be fun, man.
Yeah.
It was fun. Fun, much love, and that was it.
And I think the show inspired a lot of people to get into martial arts, which is amazing.
Right.
You know? Amazing.
Thank you. I think it's those parents that weren't watching their kids, you know? And
I agree.
Bad parents, you know? Not blaming it on the parents.
I got in trouble in a Fox interview for laying that out. You remember the Sweden or Switzerland incident? Somebody got, a bunch of kids were playing and somebody got stoned to death. And they were like, well, they were playing Power Rangers. How do you feel about that? And me being as eloquent as I tend to be, I said, well, I feel like Mom and Dad should have done a better job.
I always inspire parents to put their kids into martial arts because if you've taken any martial arts at all, you learn that one of the first things you learn is self-control and self-discipline, and you learn not to strike out because, well, one, as you get in more trouble, you do. I mean, like, you learn to be able to be secure in yourself, so you are gonna allow somebody else to throw the first punch. Because after that, then the game's over, you know? So I know personally for me, it helped me as a kid to take martial arts because I could be in a certain situation where I felt threatened, but I was able to stand up for myself. Somebody would be, you know, bullies would be trying to, you know, threaten me, and I wouldn't back down, but I would stand my ground. But if they didn't do anything, they were just talking stuff, then I'll just go, whatever, and I walk away. So I stood my ground. They didn't do anything. I said, you're not gonna do anything. They didn't, so I walked away, and it made me, you know, it made me brave, because I wasn't a punk, I wasn't scared, I was empowered. And also, even to this day, like if I go to a spot and I run into somebody that's gonna be a bully or that's threatening me, it's just, a lot of times they back up because they just look at me like something's different. I don't know, this guy doesn't seem scared. He looks confident, and I am confident because I'm like, all you gotta do is touch me once, and then it's on, you know? It's on, and I'm gonna hurt you because I'm a martial artist and know what I'm doing, but I don't have to. I don't have to most of the time because they walk away, or I can contain the situation. Put them in a position where they can't do anything and push them away and be like, all right, you should walk away now, and they do. Most of the time, like, oh, okay, I'm done.
How many warriors we got out there? How many guys have been in the Middle East? Anybody else? All right. So you know what I'm talking about. You get into a confrontation with somebody, and similar to what he's saying, you walk up and you're getting all hard on this guy, and then you take one look in his eyes, and you understand, doesn't matter what you're saying, don't matter what you're about to try to do, you take one look in those eyes and you understand this is not somebody you want to play with. He's been there, done that. And when you see that look, it's time to step away. Don't play that game. You know, you shouldn't be playing these games to start with. Just back it off, man. Let it be. Better things to do with your time than be angry and bring all the hate. Why do that?
Yes, sir.
What was your favorite blooper?
I have a good one from the first season. Twee, playing Trini, she had Uncle, what was his name? Uncle something.
Howard!
Uncle Howard, yes. And he was this amazing, like, older actor, and he just could not, for the life of him, get this really, really simple line. And we did at least 30 takes, and every time he was screwing it up, and the way he was saying it was so funny, which is sad, because we were basically laughing at him, but a lot, because we're all standing there just saying, say the line, You know, because it's, you know, but anyways, our cameraman who was behind the camera just started laughing so hard that he farted during the tape because he was laughing at this poor actor that just couldn't get this line. It was really funny. It was one of